Black Friday is on the horizon. With more and more content creators making more and more videos on it, it just takes us one step closer to the inevitable big market crash. Now, luckily for you guys, I have a complete investment trading guide. Basically, we're gonna go over everything that you need to know market-wise. If you guys don't know what Black Friday is and you haven't done anything, check out this video by me where we kind of just talk about what to expect as far as content goes and all that good stuff. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. If this video can hit 200 likes, we'll have a few more Black Friday uploads coming later this week. And if you guys are enjoying the daily FIFA 22 market videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another video from me. So guys, it is coming, the big Black Friday market crash. Now, believe it or not, the Black Friday market crash actually never happens on Black Friday. It happened one time many FIFAs ago, and since then, everyone kind of panics over a potential crash, when in reality, the real crash that happens is a crash caused by us, the players. And it always happens before Black Friday even starts, as a lot of players hold off buying in hopes that they won't lose coins on their teams. Now let's answer the big questions that you guys all seem to be asking. Should I sell my team? Should I buy my team? Should I sell this player? Should I buy this player? We're gonna cover it. We're gonna go take a deep dive in on Footbin and kind of take a look at what happens pre-Black Friday for the previous two FIFAs. Now, I am just gonna throw the disclaimer out that this market obviously is way different to anything we've ever seen. So the last two FIFAs, we saw a very similar trend between the two as far as how players moved during the promo, before the promo, and all that. But just because that happened in the last two FIFAs doesn't mean that it's going to happen this year. And I mean, for all we know, this year the market could just completely go down the crapper, just like the whole market has this entire FIFA so far. Alright, so we have a series of tabs across the top right now of all players that we're going to kind of use as our baseline. Now, during Black Friday, there is a ton of stuff that happens in the market. Now, obviously, we have a lot of cards that kind of come down pre-Black Friday, and that usually happens to a lot of the meta cards and a lot of the top tier cards. So if we go and take a look at Cristiano Ronaldo's gold card from last FIFA, FIFA 21, you guys are going to see kind of heading into this, he did kind of drop off a little bit in the midst of Black Friday coming. What actually ended up happening afterwards is he ended up actually going up during the Black Friday promo. Now last year, keep in mind, Cristiano Ronaldo did not get a special card into that Black Friday promo. He did not get a best of team of the week or whatever. So last year, Black Friday came out on the 27th. And what you'll actually see here is Ronaldo's lowest point actually came about 2 weeks lower for this card. And what ended up happening is in the lead up to Black Friday and into Black Friday, he actually went up in price. Now he did come down a little bit afterwards, and we also did get some icon stuff, keep in mind, after this promo came out for Black Friday. So kind of try not to pay too much attention to what happened afterwards. So with a card like Mbappe, you guys are going to see that he actually moved way different than Ronaldo did. So you'll see about that 2 weeks before the promo even came out, he actually ended up starting to drop quite a bit. And this is probably just due to a lot of panic, Black Friday's coming and all that stuff. What ended up happening is his price kind of stayed down, and then right before Black Friday, the best time to buy him was that day before, because during Black Friday, his card actually spiked up a ton. Now this was probably due to the fact that he was out of packs, as he was actually involved in the FIFA 21 Black Friday promo. He didn't get a best of team of the week, but he actually ended up getting a record breaker card. Now let's take a look at Sadio Mane, who definitely was a card last year that did get into the best of team of the week, and he had a very unique kind of card, and he also had the same kind of thing happen to him in FIFA 20. So taking a look at Sadio Mane's card from FIFA 21, we'll see what happened to his gold card, and then we'll also take a little look into his inform card, which his inform was the one that did get in best of team of the week. It was the left winger card, and he also actually was in the best of team of the week for FIFA 20 as well, so we could kind of take a quick look at that. But taking a look at Sadio Mane's card as a lower tier card or a mid tier card, he saw a lot of kind of panic ahead of Black Friday before he actually went up about 2 days before, and he went up into the promo. Now this was due to a lot of things. Mid tiers obviously were getting very panic sold because a lot of people were nervous about what's going to happen. There's a lot of special cards coming, and we saw that Mane's demand was not, it didn't match the panic that was in the market, whereas Ronaldo, you saw he didn't move too much, and Mbappe came down a tiny bit. But these mid-tier cards like Salah, Van Dijk, and all these other kind of mid-tier, over 100k cards, but kind of below like 300k, they start to come down quite a bit ahead of Black Friday, and I'm sure we're going to see a very similar trend this time around too. Now keep in mind, Sadio Mane's card did go out of packs for best of team of the week, so we actually ended up seeing his card rise up. So about 2 days before was the best buy time for him. Now it seems that the trend that you guys kind of want to find is look for gold cards that are going to be out of packs during this promo. That is kind of the trend that happened. A lot of gold cards that were out of packs and were still meta ended up going up into the Black Friday weekend. So you could make some coins doing that. Now let's take a look at Laporte's card, because he is a gold card last year that was a very, very, not usable, but he's a very common kind of fodder card that was used in SBCs. Obviously, he was 87 rated and French this year. Obviously, he's Spanish, but there's not really a difference. But what you'll see happen to fodder is actually kind of crazy. The best time to buy was about a week or two beforehand, because fodder ended up going up quite a bit ahead of the Black Friday promo. But what ended up happening on the actual promo day was he ended up coming down quite a bit too. And I think this was due to the fact that we saw a lot of supply come in. We are going to see a ton of supply come in on these cards. So for me, when I'm looking at high rated fodder, I'm kind of trying to get rid of that before the promo comes out. But what ended up happening afterwards is he absolutely shot up. And this was due to a number of reasons with SBCs and all that good stuff. But we saw that with a lot of the high rated cards, is that in Black Friday, they came down quite a bit and then they shot up in price. Now I want to continue looking at the gold cards before we move into some of the other ones. And I want to take a look at Ryan Fredericks here. Now, Spice, why on earth are we looking at this guy? Well, last year he was a gold rare card. And last year what we got in FIFA during the Black Friday promo was obviously a lot of upgrade packs. We're going to be seeing upgrades due to league specifics. So like Premier League upgrade, Bundesliga upgrade, that kind of stuff. And what ended up happening with this card is, he is a common rare or commonly, packed gold card. So what ended up happening actually ahead of the Black Friday promo is, one, he started pumping up quite a bit. He went to like 2.7k for some random reason. There was another SBC that came out. What actually happened for Black Friday though is on the Saturday, we tend to get those upgrade packs, and you'll see this card went from 1k up to like 1.7k. Those are the daily averages. When the SBCs just came out, I believe he pushed up to 2k. But you'll see a lot of these gold rares and even the gold commons and stuff like that, they'll actually start pushing up quite a bit. So I highly recommend maybe a few days beforehand, if you guys want to pick up some low risk investments, try and find some of these gold rare cards at discard price, because I can guarantee you that we are going to get league specific upgrades. And last year they required, I believe, a couple rares and a couple commons, and you could get the 25k packs or whatever for whatever league it is. So I would not be surprised to see that kind of work out as a very good investment, because we will end up getting those league upgrades. Now another thing a lot of people like to invest in is the 83 rated cards, because of the team of the week SBCs that come out. Now, obviously, we do get a best of team of the week, so it makes sense why everyone wants to do these. And usually it costs an 83 rated squad plus one team of the week inform for a tradable pack, and then just an 83 rated team for an untradeable team of the week pack. So taking a look at Trippier, I like the defenders a lot. You guys know that the defenders are usually the best one. Now, what you'll actually notice is this investment didn't work out too well. A lot of people thought on Black Friday these prices were going to skyrocket, and they just kind of never did, and it's because they were over invested. But bar this video getting an insane amount of views or something like that, I think it's a good investment to make before Black Friday starts. So about 2 weeks prior, which we are about at that range, you'll notice that this card went from 1.5k up to like 3.5k ahead of the promo. And this is just due to the fact that so many people started investing in 83s for the team of the week pack that the card just naturally inflated up beforehand. So what you guys can actually do is look to pick up a bunch of 83s right around now, especially because they're all at discard price in this market. And you guys can probably look to sell them off for a little bit of profit before the promo even drops, because there's just so many, there's just so many cards that are so low. It's basically zero risk, and you guys can make a ton of coins doing it. Now, I don't think these cards are going to go from discard price to 3k like they did last year. The market is completely different this year. but from discard price to like 1.5k or something, that's a really good profit, and you guys can make a really good amount of coins on that. Now there is one more card I want to take a look at. We'll take a look at his gold card before we look into some special cards and stuff like that, and that is Ben Yedder. Obviously last year he was a very good gold card, but I kind of want to take a look at some of these low tier cards that were kind of high in price or aren't at discard price, because we do have a couple of those in this game. And what you'll actually end up seeing is that, you know, the Black Friday panic absolutely kills these cards, and honestly this current market we have has already killed those cards. Cards like Ousmane Dembele, they're basically dead now. I mean, Ousmane I think is 5k. With Black Friday he'll be fodder for sure. I'm pretty sure Saint Maximin is already fodder anyways, but Ben Yedder was a card that ended up actually going out of packs because he got into the best of team of the week. He actually did this multiple times. He did it in FIFA 20 as well, but you'll see there's just a little bit of a rise that comes out. So I feel like a lot of the gold cards that are kind of semi-usable that go out of packs for Black Friday, they end up going up in price, and this is just due to the fact that everybody, you know, the Black Friday promo's out and everyone's like, finally, let's go buy. And I think we're going to see the same trend. We're going to see a lot of the market kind of dip down beforehand, and then about like 2 days before, I think people are really going to turn on the jets and start buying everything over that whole weekend. Now let's talk icons real quick, and then we're going to look at special cards, because special cards I think are very unique in this game, especially around Black Friday time. But icons, I've been getting a couple questions, so we're going to take a look at a high tier kind of meta card and then a mid tier kind of meta card for the icons. First off, low tiers, they're going to kind of die in price. I really don't want to touch them. I don't trade with them or invest with them. But I've been getting a lot of questions about Ronaldinho, about R9, about some of these top tier cards. And if we go and take a look at FIFA 21, we'll kind of take a look and see what happened to him during the Black Friday promo. And you'll notice that it's kind of a very similar trend to some of the other top tier cards like Cristiano Ronaldo. You'll see that really there wasn't too much movement. So you guys are going to see a trend that's kind of similar to Kylian Mbappe's card. Not so much Cristiano Ronaldo, which is a little surprising, but this kind of happened for some of the top tier cards. Not so much R9, but some of the cards like Cruyff, Eusebio, and some of these other cards, you know, Cantona, some of these cards that are over 1 mil, you'll see that these cards actually decline a decent amount in the Black Friday panic. Last year, Ronaldinho dropped about 200k in about a week ahead of that Black Friday promo, and you'll notice 2 days before was the lucky spot to kind of buy, and he ended up gaining another like 150k on both consoles from that date. So I mean, around that time, I'm not saying that the Wednesday before Black Friday is the best time to buy, because obviously this year it will be different. It won't be the exact same, but we saw that icons really rebounded a lot, and I am expecting to see some big panic kind of happen very soon, whether it's this weekend, next Monday, or even later this week, just due to Black Friday. I know a lot of people are starting to release Black Friday content. I know, kind of ironic because I'm doing the same right now, and I'm not trying to cause any panic, but I'm trying to give you guys the best preparation for it. So we're going to take a look at Mid Balak's card last year. He sat around the 500k range, which I consider him to be mid tier. I think he's a mid tier card anyways. He's decent, you know, you can use him, I guess, I don't know. But in November, he kind of had a very similar thing to Ronaldinho. So what you'll see actually happen to his card was, you know, about that week prior, so about the 15th of the month, he ended up kind of reversing, and he took a bit of a dip until, you guessed it, a couple days before Black Friday started, and then he rebounded up. So he was actually sitting at a mil during this time, and he ended up dropping down about 150k before rebounding back up to what his price was beforehand. Now I want to take a look at base Balak, because this mid Balak was a little more expensive than I remember him being. But in FIFA 21, base Balak was sitting at about the 500-ish K range. And we do have quite a few different mid-tier cards that are around that range. But you guys are going to see very similar trend once again. A dip about 2 weeks before the promo starts around this time. He ends up dropping, and then on the Wednesday, he ends up reversing pretty good. So I do think that you're going to see this with a lot of cards. This is kind of that common trend that's going to happen, where you're going to see a lot of these cards kind of dip down in the next couple days, next week or so, before Black Friday kind of hits, and those cards are going to completely reverse, and you're going to see a ton of buying. Now, this is what all content creators are going to be saying, though. So you guys might want to try and buy a little bit earlier, because I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to try and get in early and start buying before the promo starts. And by that point, it might be a little too late to buy if you're buying like the day before Black Friday hits. All right, let's talk special cards, because that is what's going to be on a lot of your guys' minds. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo last year, he did not have any cards in the best of Team of the Week. As you can see, this actually came out on Team of the Week 9, which actually came out on the week of of Black Friday. So EA kind of lucked out with having Cristiano and packs as well. And of course, this year we don't have any Ronaldo or Messi's that could potentially get in. So you're going to kind of have to disregard what this card does, because obviously he moved like any Team of the Week card does. And also Kylian Mbappe, you're going to have to disregard, because he got his first special card through the record breaker card, which we do have in the code, and we are going to end up seeing this year as well. Well, not record breaker Mbappe, but we will end up seeing some kind of record breaker cards come the promo. Now, Sadio Mane, he was a card that did have an inform that got into the best of Team of the Week, meaning his card was released prior. And this was actually a week before, which is a little bit kind of tougher to judge. Now, we do obviously have Neymar this year, who's going to get in best of Team of the Weeks, but his card came out very recent as well. Now, Sadio Mane, he didn't really get a chance to escape packs. Now, his card kind of just declined through the whole time. You'll see during Black Friday, with him being in packs, his card ended up declining even more. And I think you guys have to be careful of this with a card like Neymar this year, who's going to be leaving packs about a week before the promo starts or whatever. He doesn't have much time out of packs to really move too much, and he's just going to be getting supplied quite a bit. So with a card like Mane, he's a good example of a card you have to kind of be wary of. But in FIFA 20, his first inform was a card that ended up getting into that best of Team of the Week as well. And what happened to Sadio Mane's card, because this was Team of the Week 1, is you saw a massive kind of dip in his card due to being back in packs. And it makes sense, because obviously there wasn't much supply on the market for Sadio Mane's card. Now, you guys have to be careful about supply levels, of course, because if a card has an inform that doesn't have much supply, you'll see the card will come down quite a bit. Now, Mo Salah's first inform is probably saved by that second inform coming in, but even that card you have to be careful of, and we'll kind of talk about that in a second. But take a look what happened to Sadio Mane's card. He gets added back into packs, basically. His card dies. He dies about 200k. So be careful with a lot of those Team of the Week cards that you guys might be using that are from like Team of the Week 4 and before, because those ones could take a big spill if they get added back into packs. And these are the only cards that I would really worry about, though, because we saw with some of the top tier cards like Messi and stuff in FIFA 21 when he got into best of Team of the Week, which we'll take a quick look at. We actually saw his card didn't move too much actually during the kind of promo. You would think that a card getting back into packs on a promo like Black Friday, he'd end up dipping down quite a bit, but that just wasn't the story with Messi's card during Black Friday. And if we can pull up the graph here, I will show you guys. So he was actually added in Team of the Week 7, which was a couple Team of the Weeks beforehand. What actually ended up happening to his card, and it's not a crazy movement, but ahead of the Black Friday promo, obviously there was a dip, he was kind of coming down in price, but during Black Friday, he actually went up despite being back in the packs. So some of these cards that might be really good and the supply isn't crazy scarce, where, the price isn't being affected by the scarce supply, or it isn't, the price isn't being set by a scarce supply, you might see that some of these cards might just outpower the supply, especially some of these top tier cards, which a majority of them are going to be, because first off, in a Team of the Week pack, you guys likely aren't going to end up getting, a Messi out of every pack you open. Likely, you'll end up getting a stinker. So not only are there not many Messis being put onto the market, but the little supply that is coming on, the demand was just way stronger during this kind of period. So that is a card I'm kind of keeping my eye on, because a card like Neymar, yeah, he might dip down just due to constant supply coming on, but there's also the chance that he might just reverse or hold his kind of point. Where if we take a look at Ben Yedder, who in the past 2 FIFAs actually moved a little bit different, and this is where the 2 FIFAs kind of vary a tiny bit, because Ben Yedder's special cards in FIFA 21 moved a little bit differently than how they did in FIFA 20. So if we take a look here at that November period, you actually see that the inform was getting panic sold into Black Friday. But what ended up happening is, despite him getting into that best of Team of the Week, he he actually ended up going up afterwards, and he didn't get killed as much as people thought he would with supply coming in. So I wonder if that same kind of trend might happen with some of those mid tiers. Mo Salah being a good example of this, because he obviously has 2 informs this year. So if the second inform gets into the best of team of the week and he ends up dropping in price, that first team of the week might move too. However, if the second inform doesn't move too much, you know, or it just kind of holds its point, Salah's cards won't really move too much at all during this promo, and the gold would be out of packs. He might even go up a little bit. So it is something to kind of keep an eye on. Now, if we look at Ben Yedder's card in FIFA 20, however, these cards actually moved very, very differently during that best of team of the week kind of put into packs, because in FIFA 20 I noticed a lot of the cards actually didn't take the supply too well. A lot of them dipped down a lot more than what they did in FIFA 21. So that's why I kind of want to be cautious. So obviously Black Friday happened here on the 29th, and you'll see like Ben Yedder's card, it got murdered by supply. So this is kind of it could be good, it could be bad. So it's why I'm going to be careful with the special cards. Especially I think buying them during Black Friday is probably your safest bet, because obviously, you know, what happened after is when the promo was over, he ended up rising up, but he was a card that really just couldn't withstand the supply that came in. So it's why I'm going to be a little bit cautious, because FIFA 20 saw some of those cards kind of get hurt a little bit more. So it's something that I am being careful of course. Now, what about just random promo cards? Because obviously last year Laporte had a really, really sick card. He didn't really get into the promo. What about just normal special cards that aren't going to be involved in the promo whatsoever? We'll take a little look at them. This was a very kind of meta card, I guess you can say. And yes, there was Black Friday panic kind of on this card. You'll see he kind of dropped down a tiny bit into the 460s. But when the promo dropped, the card just kind of went up. And I think this is what's going to happen with a lot of the promo cards that are out of packs, a lot of the rule breakers that not a lot of people are looking at. I think those cards will do fairly well when they do when that promo drops and the panic's kind of gone, because it's likely that you won't see any pack supply whatsoever at all. Now, things to kind of look out for this promo, a lot of the fodder informs and a lot of the 83s and 84s. Now let's talk about some investments, about some content that might come out. So I'm expecting to see a base icon pack come out, so I do think that picking up some kind of fodder during the panic on Black Friday or even beforehand is a good idea. Like I said, 83s, 84s are very, very low right now. You guys know how low they are. They're basically sitting at discard price. But we are going to be seeing like the team of the week pack. We are going to be seeing upgrades. So if we do see upgrades, it might not be a bad shout to invest in some of those gold rares, some of the gold commons in the top 5 leagues, of course. Just doing that could make you a good amount of coins and an easy return and a safe return, especially in this year when the market is really, really unpredictable and usually is not good. But I also think that all inform cards are very low as well, and I'll go right back over to Footbin to show you guys. I think all of them are they're too cheap. All the inform cards are way too cheap, and with a potential icon pack, with a potential team of the week pack, I just think all of them make for really good investments heading into Black Friday. They're just way too cheap, and they're gonna be needed. EA need to push these cards up, but all of them are sitting at discard price. 83s, 84s, 85s, 86s, I think are all really safe. I do recommend that you guys stick to the 84 through 86s though, because those could be required for team of the week, but they also could be required for the icon pack. And I do think we're gonna see another one very, very soon, probably during that weekend. We did, I believe, in last year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Holy crap, guys. I know this was a huge video. Super long, probably the longest video that we've ever done on the channel. But if you guys made it to the end, well, first off, hats off to you. You guys know everything you need to know now for Black Friday. Of course, let me know down in the comments if you guys have any questions or you want me to do just in-depth on one certain spot in the market during this kind of Black Friday promo, because I will gladly go over I'll gladly make another video kind of talking about like specific ones. If you guys want me to just go over fodder informs or something like that, why they're a good investment, and we'll kind of take a deeper dive into the previous Black Fridays and see what happened to them, I definitely will go ahead and do that. But I kind of want to just make one big video kind of just covering everything you kind of need to know market wise. Obviously, I know it was a little similar to the first one, but we didn't really deep dive into investments in every card type the way I wanted to. But yeah, guys, again, I appreciate you guys making it to the end. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for Black Friday. And that wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.